Hey everybody, coming up on this week's Minecraft Me, we take you to the land down under and show you what Brisbane City looks like through the eyes of City Hall. We also are going to cover the Minecraft news of the week. We have an awesome server showcase for you, pack picks, and of course we take your questions and comments. All that and more coming up.
This is Minecraft Me, a show that is about Minecraft, where we bring you some of the most awesome tutorials on the internet, reviews of mods and pack picks that you can use when you play. We take you on awesome adventures, all with Chase and Joe.
This podcast is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 150,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature, including fiction, nonfiction, and periodicals. For a free audiobook of your choice, go to audiblepodcast.com/MinecraftMe. Hey guys, welcome again to another edition of Minecraft Me. This is the show that is entirely about the game from Mojang called Minecraft. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an expert, we like to show you how to play this awesome building blocks game. We've been playing it now for almost 2 years. Can you believe that? Or maybe just over 2 years.
I think it's been over 2 years.
Yeah, it's been over 2 years. It's crazy. My name is Chase Nunes, and joining me on every single episode of Minecraft Me without fail. Sometimes we have special guests, of course, but this guy has always been there. My good friend, guide, teacher, and fresh off travel to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Here he is, folks, Mr. Joseph Falby. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Hey, good.
How was your trip down to the great state of Florida? I mean, you were just there.
I take offense with the idea that the state of Florida is that great.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I had a really good time. I went down there with Cameron Man, and I actually crashed his and his girlfriend's vacation the last few days of their vacation.
Of you.
I know. Well, they badgered me into it. But it was a good time. We went out to Kennedy Space Center one day, got the mega tour, which means we got to walk up actually inside the vehicle assembly building and walk around on one of the most historic launch pad where all of the Apollo missions that went to the moon launched from. So it was really, really cool. And then, of course, we hung around at Disney World for a couple days, which is always entertaining.
Yeah, it wasn't rushed like our trip when we had one day to do as much as we can in a limited amount of time. You are able to kind of breathe a little bit.
Well, I only ended up with about 2.5 days, but the nice thing is, because I crashed with them, they were staying in one of the Disney resort hotels. So
wow,
what's really cool about that is, your room key is actually a little wristband, so that works as your room key, as your park entry, as everything. You do your fast passes through it, all that kind of stuff. It works out really, really well. It's a cool system they have.
I totally want to.
That was a lot of fun.
I totally want to go back and do it. I mean, we were so rushed just because of that weekend. But it's one of those situations where I hope to head back there someday. Maybe we can just all spend a week and just kind of frolic.
Yeah, no, I'd like to go back sometime soon, sometime the next year. So I think they said they're going back in 2 years. They're going to go back with some other family. But yeah, I'd really like to go back. I think it's a fun time. I think I would primarily stay in Disney though. The rest of Florida is honestly kind of flat.
Kinda?
like
really?
Like, really flat.
Yes.
The highest natural point in Florida is 320 feet.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
I have hills that are right outside my house that are higher than that. So it's pretty boring. But they do have some really cool attractions there, and it is a good time. It's a good trip.
Yeah, no, it's definitely heavily recommended. And I mean, we don't know where Minecon's going to be next year. We have no idea yet. Every single time they've picked a new location. So we'll see what happens next time.
Well, and it's been all over the globe too.
Yeah.
The first one was in Vegas. The second one was in Paris. Third one was, of course, in Orlando.
Yeah.
Rumors have flown around that they may try to go down south with one of them and do it in Australia. I guess that'd be down under. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'm sure they will announce it sometime.
I hope we can actually do. If that happens, Australia, that'd be great. And actually,
that would be cool.
Speaking of Australia, Joe, that actually gives me a great segue because this week on the show, something a little bit different. One thing we've noticed more and more is governments getting involved in Minecraft education and trying to appease to the young voter and to the young kids out there. And so we have something very, very cool that has been created by the government of Brisbane, Australia. And so we're going to show that off on the show today. Of course, we have the Minecraft news of the week. We have some pack picks for you. We have, honestly, an epic server showcase that I don't even know how we missed it after all this time. But it's here. It's on the show this week. And we also have a couple more surprises in store and your questions. So we have a lot of great things to discuss this week. So let's jump right into it and talk about the news. Now, in the news, more and more information is coming out about the next-gen consoles and the current edition consoles, namely PS3 and Xbox 360. There's been some leaks now, according to the team over there at 4J Studios. They're working on another sweet texture pack for those two consoles. Now, they haven't given a release date yet, but they are saying that there's a possibility that this new texture pack is probably related to the Candy Saga. Now, Joe, I am not familiar. I'm sorry. I'm just not familiar with Candy Saga. Is that some sort of anime? Is that a cartoon? I don't know.
I think it's... So isn't there a mobile game that's like Candy
Crush, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that? I don't know. I've heard that it's basically Candy Crush is basically Bejeweled renamed.
Right.
With candies.
That's true.
So I don't know. I've honestly never played it. But maybe that's the only thing I can think of. The only place where those two words go together.
Now we'll see. We'll see what happens. One of the things I did find out in going through some of the news this week is a lot of people want to know what's happening with next-gen consoles. Why are we not seeing Minecraft yet? And from all accounts, it seems that 4J Studios really wants to make sure that the 360 and PS3 versions are pretty solid and bug-free before they even begin to worry about pushing it out on the next-gen consoles. Now, yes, it's being worked on, but their order of priority is current-gen consoles, then next-gen. So
I for one would like to stop calling the next gen consoles next gen because they're out.
Yeah, I know.
It should be current gen and last gen, shouldn't it?
That's true. That's very true. Good point. I'll remember that at least for this episode.
Yeah. for the next 13 or 15 seconds.
Yeah. Now, here is some surprising news that when you start looking at the grand scope of how this game is, I'm not surprised, but then again, I'm surprised. Minecraft is now the third best-selling PC game of all time. Now, let that sink in for a moment, kids. All time. All games on the PC, all of them. All of them. All of them. They just clocked in at 14.1 million sales, okay? In one day alone, they cracked about 12,000 in sales. Now, just to compare between the other games that are on that list, all right? World of Warcraft, all right? And then The Sims. The number one spot is 20 million sales claimed by The Sims 2. So number one is Sims 2. Number 2 is The Sims. And right now, number 3 was World of Warcraft. But now it's Minecraft. So, Joe, I am astonished, to be honest with you. That's top territory, man. That's just like pretty.
Yeah.
So here's the prediction. We, on another show that I do, we do Red Book predictions. What we think is going to happen in the future. Red Book prediction, Joe. Will Minecraft beat The Sims 2 and crack number 1? I think they'll surpass number 2. I think they'll surpass number 2. Number 3, 20 million. I don't know.
You know what? I think it'll happen. It just might take a little longer. There's actually a page that has the rough sales numbers and the release dates of those games. So
right.
The Sims 2, like we said, is 20 million. It was released all the way back in 2014. Or I'm sorry, 2004, September 2004. So it's been out for quite a while. Minecraft was only released in 2009.
Right.
So the fact that it's ramped up this quickly is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Sims was released in 2000, and World of Warcraft was also released in 2004. So the fact that it's ramped this much, this quickly reached this point,
Yeah.
I think is a really good sign. I think it'll probably bust that 20 million mark at some point. I'm just not sure when.
Incredible. Just
So,
incredible.
And the other thing too is
yeah.
all of the other titles on this list, the other top 5 titles are all full price games. When a lot of their sales came at a much higher price point than Minecraft has, and I think that's
no subscription.
That's only good for Minecraft.
I mean, World of Warcraft, obviously, you have to pay a subscription base.
Yeah.
To this, you don't.
The top 5 games, as they sit right now, at least according to this Wikipedia post, is The Sims 2 with 20 million, The Sims 16 million, Minecraft with 14.2 million, World of Warcraft with 14 million, Diablo 3 with 12 million. That's the other brand new game on the list. That one may or may not increase. It's hard to say. And Half-Life 2 with 12 million. So it's in some really big company.
Huge company. Huge.
This also sort of points out that Blizzard has 2 games in the top. Blizzard and EA both have 2 games in the top 5, which I believe means they are printing money. I think is what that means.
Yeah.
But Mojang is catching right up. I mean, talk about the world's biggest indie game ever.
Yeah. No, it's
when you're comparing it to The Sims and World of Warcraft. Is it really still an indie game?
And what better podcast to do about a game than ours, right? I mean, about Minecraft. So there we go. So no surprising news there, you guys. Just incredible stuff. Our final news story of the week, and we always cover these on every edition of Minecraft Me if one's available, is snapshots. Snapshot 14W07 Alpha dropped on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and lots of changes. Now, Joe's going to go through them and talk about them real quick, but some of the major changes that you're going to see is they've added new iron trapdoors into the game and also made some changes to spectator mode, and also a lot of other changes for adventure map makers. And maybe, Joe, you can kind of talk about some of those major changes and what we might see in future editions of adventure maps.
Yeah, well, like you said, the big player change that you'll see are the trapdoors. And they're made just like the wooden trapdoors are. Four iron ingots give you a trapdoor, and they work the same way as the iron doors do, in that you need to use redstone to actuate them. You can't just right-click and open them. So that's really cool. I know a lot of people have been wondering why we didn't have those and what took so long. Well, now we do.
Now, can the wooden trapdoors, though, Joe, be destroyed? I mean, I thought kind of the purpose of using those wooden trapdoors is, you don't have monsters getting in and dropping down holes or whatever. But, I mean, is there a difference?
I'm not sure if zombies will break down a trapdoor. That's a really good question. I don't think they will. But players can open trapdoors. So a really good use for the iron trapdoors is, and really and we're going to talk about it, this whole snapshot, a lot of it is for adventure map makers. And iron trapdoors means you can put a trapdoor somewhere that the player can't break open.
Okay.
Right? In an adventure map. So pretty cool thing.
Yep.
But yeah, just like a wooden trapdoor, except more like an iron door in that you require redstone to actually.
And you notice on this trap door here that we're showing, there's a pressure plate right next to it. That's to activate it and make it happen. So
right, exactly.
Yep.
So other things, like I said, a lot of stuff for adventure map makers, for that kind of map maker. Huge, some really big changes in the scoreboards and the way those work. It used to be that if you made your adventure map, you had to keep track of the score. Now you actually can do basic arithmetic when you're setting a score in the scoreboard. So you can say, instead of just saying the new score is this number, you can say the new score is +1.
Oh,
which is really cool.
Okay.
And a few other changes like that. Also changed how you can set different objectives to increment people's scores. What was some of the other big ones? The other big ones. This is kind of a weird one, but now, when you're making a map, you can actually detect the rotation of something.
Well, now, why would that even? I mean, we don't see many things rotate in the first place.
I think it's mostly for players or for mobs.
All right.
So if a player's looking in one direction, or rather, if a player starts turning and looking in another direction, you can detect that change and send them a text message or influence blocks or that sort of thing, or summon a creature. So you could have somebody walk into a room looking at a big wall that says "turn around." When that player turns around, a monster spawns behind him. That sort of thing.
Got it.
So stuff like that. The other thing I kind of like, this isn't really for map makers, but this is a really cool feature, is we talked about spectator mode. We actually showed it off. Now you can actually, if you're playing in a LAN, you can actually open your LAN game for spectator mode only. It means other people can connect to it, but when they connect to it, they will default into spectator mode. They won't actually go into a full player mode.
Ooh.
So if you want to show somebody your map,
Yeah.
something you've worked a lot of time on, and not worry about them going in and busting a whole bunch of bricks and griefing it up.
They can just watch or look.
They can just come in as spectator mode. All they can do is see. They can't interact.
That's nice. I like that.
So that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
More stuff. They've improved the test for and the test for block and the clear stuff. It supports partial map matches. If you're a map maker, you know what that means. If you're not, you don't care. I mean, really. Change the F3 screen a little bit more, which is cool. It says it'll show the coordinates of a block you're looking at, which I think is really cool. It means you can look at a block and know exactly where it is. That's, again, really good for map makers because they can use those coordinates to create and clear blocks out. I've seen some really impressive things people have done. Semi-functioning windmills.
Wow.
Just using redstone.
Yeah. So
the blocks automatically appear and disappear to make it appear as if the windmill is rotating, that sort of thing.
Cool.
So fortunately, we don't really have to worry about that because average players can't use command blocks. But that's the sort of thing that if you have access to command blocks, really, really good way to annoy a server admin, because I can't even imagine how much overhead that uses. Running a constant redstone loop to delete and add blocks just continuously. Fine for a adventure map, for a small map, only have a couple players, but when you have a bunch of people on a server, that's probably not a good thing. Or a really big map. So, remember how last time we kind of showed off that weird Lego texture resource block thing?
Yeah.
Do you remember? You remember that?
Yep.
So they've made that a little bit easier to manage, hopefully a little more stable.
Yeah, I was going to say it crashed every other time, like when I'm placing blocks down and stuff. Yeah.
So they improved that capability. Hopefully it'll be a little more stable in the future. That's really, really cool. And then a bunch of bug fixes and stuff like that. So really cool. I'm actually looking forward to it. There's a lot of like normal type improvements going into this version, into 1.8. Nothing... like 1.7 was a lot of new. We had a lot of new, new biomes and world blocks, stuff like that. 1.6 introduced new animals. Remember, we got horses in 1.6.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to 1.8 because 1.8 doesn't have like one thing that they're really focusing on. They're going to add all this new content. They're really like improving and finessing and sort of refining a bunch of stuff that's already there, which I think is something that we really, really needed. And it's good to see them putting a lot of effort into that in an update instead of saying, look at all the new features we're adding. They're really saying, we're going to make this better. We're going to make the experience a little easier. We're going to make it better for, obviously they know how popular adventure maps have become. They're really focusing on that aspect of the game, which I think is totally needed and well-deserved. And props to them for knowing that should be the goal they're going after right now.
Yeah. Cannot wait for 1.8. We still don't know yet when it's going to happen. They haven't teased it yet, but I think we're close.
I would say yeah, we're reaching the latter end of the snapshots, just because we're seeing fewer major changes and more either minor, small changes or bug improvements. So I think we are getting close to the end of the snapshot process. I would say maybe mid to late March, a few weeks out. That would be
perfect for us.
And just to be clear, there's no inside info on that. That is a total pie in the sky, harebrained, no clue, just a guess based on previous patterns.
Yep. So, all right. Well, there's the latest snapshot, and no doubt, hopefully, they'll have another one next week for us. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I want to remind everybody that this awesome show, and they come by about once a month. I wish they'd come by more often, but they're great. They're here right now. And that is Audible. Audible.com/MinecraftMe. Now, you're probably wondering, people, what is Audible? Audible is a place where you can go and get almost any book you want in audio form. They have over 150,000 titles across all different types of literature, fiction, nonfiction, periodicals, comedy, you name it. They have something.
Tragedy?
What's that, Joe?
Tragedy.
Tragedy, yes. You could.
You can't mention comedy without also mentioning tragedy.
Fair enough.
The two go together.
Fair enough. But yes, they have many different books across many different types of platforms as well. You can listen on your iPhone. You can listen on, Joe, you can listen on your brand new Windows phone right there that you have.
It's not brand. It's
brand new to you.
I gotta reach it. It's brand new to me. Yeah, my new Nokia.
Nokia. Yeah, Windows phone.
Whatever.
Yeah,
now, Windows phone. Yeah,
now the great thing about it, you guys, is Audible is an audiobook being read to you. And it's kind of like going back to your youth, or a lot of you are still in your youth. And you're having a book read to you, and you're getting it word for word. And the neat thing is, let's say you start reading a book, say, on your phone, like your Windows phone. And then you switch over to an iPad or an Android tablet. The great thing is, most of the books now have something called WhisperSync for voice. So what does that mean? Well, you start listening, you're in the middle of chapter 1, and then all of a sudden you get a phone call. And then you forget about that book. And you want to kind of continue it on another platform. It will sync up, and then you can start listening to that book on that other platform. It's really cool. Also, and this is one of the cool things I like about the Audible app, is let's say you're kind of like a fast listener. You know, you like listening to things a little bit more quickly. You can actually speed it up and go 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed. Or you can slow it down and go really slow. It's really cool. So what we're going to do is, since this is new to you guys, and a lot of you guys may not even know about Audible, and that's why we're bringing this to you, is if you go to audiblepodcast.com/MinecraftMe, if you head to that URL, special URL, you can download any book you want from the Audible place, from the Audible store, for free. Absolutely free. You can try it out, and you might get hooked. So I just want to forewarn you. But you can try it out. Now, you can use it on pretty much every book that they have. Or you can go with a suggestion, like this one right here, Minecraft Redstone. 70 top Minecraft Redstone ideas your friends wish they knew. That's right. So here's a little sample of this book, and
Introduction.
It's really cool.
In a creative person's perspective, Minecraft is a world where everything is possible. To be honest, the typical game elements one can see on other games are few in this program. However, that should not be a problem, since those things are not the primary reasons people are hooked on it. Formally speaking, this rather short audiobook will provide you some ideas and a few bits of information about the Redstone devices, machines, or ideas in this game.
So there's the book,
Sadly,
Minecraft
this book
Redstone,
cannot explain
70
and
top
teach
things your friends wish they knew. Now, here's the great thing about this, you guys. You can grab this book for free, and let's say it just doesn't agree with you. Let's say it just doesn't live up to your expectations. I'm sorry, I slipped into a southern drawl there. You can actually exchange it for any other book, no questions asked. They are that cool over there at Audible. But believe me, once you give this a try, you're going to love it. So all you got to do is head over to audiblepodcast.com/MinecraftMe. You can grab that book or any other one that you want to pick and give it a try. I think you'll love it. It works on, like I said, iPhone, Android, Windows Phone devices, tablets. It can work in your browser, works on Kindles. It's a great thing. So give it a try, you guys. I mean, I've used it many times, especially when I, at my old job, I was commuting all over the state. And thanks to Audible, I was able to become educated and learn. So
it's a fantastic service for road trips.
It's the best thing ever. It really, really is. So give it a try, you guys. audiblepodcast.com/MinecraftMe. We want to thank Audible for supporting this show, this podcast of Minecraft Me. It is awesome. It's so easy to do that. So, you guys, we got a great show lined up for you here. So, we've talked about how classrooms and education and, they're trying to involve Minecraft in many different ways. But now, I when I saw this story, Joe, I really couldn't believe it. And a government in this, I almost said in the state of Australia. Almost screwed that up.
The hate mail that would have come in.
I know.
Holy smokes.
But Joe, why don't you? You saw this article, right? I mean, you saw the Brisbane City Council commissions an educational Minecraft map. Now, this is the beautiful city of Brisbane City, Australia, and they took the city, which includes the Brisbane River, South Bank. Is that Lagoon? Yeah, Lagoon. Brisbane Square, the Story Bridge, and the Gabba, which is a very Australian name for a cricket ground. And what they did, Joe, can you explain real quick how they built this map, and then we'll show it off to them?
Yeah, so what basically they did is they already had 3D models for some of this, for some of the buildings in their town and for the land, and they basically wrote or had someone write a program to convert that into a Minecraft world. And then they made the world available. And the cool thing about this is they're really hoping it's going to give people a better perspective on what it is, and it's going to encourage kids who may or may not be interested in this sort of thing, because it's all of a sudden it's a game format.
Yeah,
they'll be more likely to get involved in this sort of work, and I think it's actually really cool.
Now I realize, you guys, this is not one of our, I would say, illustrious Play It segments, because this is very educational. And whenever you say educational, people just turn off. And they're like, really?
That's why it should be edutainmentable.
That word is worse. That word is worse. Edutainment. So
what's wrong with edutainment? Come on.
I'm just saying. So this map, not only that they talked about how, we're gonna make this happen, we're gonna roll it out to people, but they also made the map available for you guys to download today. Right now, you can check it out. Now, this is in beta, so take it for what it's worth. But here we are. We're now in Australia, Joe. We're here
in Brisbane.
We're in Brisbane.
Yes.
Brisbane looks great. It's very pretty.
Well, they obviously have a Ferris wheel. This is the Ferris wheel that they have imported into Minecraft, and you can see the whatever tool they use kind of picks some strange blocks. But also behind it, you can see the river they talked about as being
the river hasn't drawn in yet.
Well, you got to get closer to it.
I know.
So they
that's really high. I mean, that's way up to cloud level. I mean, it
is.
That is
I think
huge.
everything is scaled to normal as well.
Wow.
So it is everything is pretty high in terms of how big they are. I think we should we'll check out the city hall.
But yeah, here's the big river with the huge riverbanks. My gosh, these are huge. All right, so here's the Great Wheel, or the Big Wheel, or whatever it was called.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So Joe, are you gonna? So now where are you gonna bring me to?
Well, let's head over to the City Hall. So this is City Hall.
Okay.
It helps if you're flying.
Yep.
And you can see this is basically it looks like it's made all in sandstone.
So it's drawing in right now currently, you guys, so stand by.
You should turn off your clouds. You can see it.
Oh, that's a good call here. Video settings. Where are my clouds? I always forget where they're at.
I can't remember where they are.
Details, clouds.
There they go.
Off. There we go.
There it is.
All right. Done. Back to the game. All right.
So yeah, you can clearly see this is their City Hall. Nice domed City Hall. The interiors are not finished, or this is an early beta. I think they're going to continue updating this map. I sort of suspect the long-term plan is to fill out the entire city and have it be as accurate as they can make it.
Wow.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And the one thing they did add behind City Hall, or in front of City Hall, I guess, depending on your point of view, basically behind you, I think, is, here it is. There it is. A big old city. I think it's the Brisbane City logo or something.
This must be their. So I always thought it was just Brisbane, but it's Brisbane City is, I guess, what it's officially called, I guess, right?
That makes sense. I mean, technically aren't most cities technically city or something of? Or
that's true, but we don't.
They're either city of or they're, whatever city.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
So,
but there you go. And then that matches with this.
Yeah. So they also brought in their bridge. So I'll bring you over here and you can see the bridge. If you there you go. Turn around.
Waiting for it to draw in.
There it is. There's the bridge. So there you can see the bridge slowly drawing in, which is actually pretty cool. This is the one that it seems like they spent some time on. The cross bracing and stuff like that doesn't look that fantastic, but the roadway actually looks pretty good.
Wow.
And I think they did an okay job with it.
So is this all done automated, or do they have to come in and actually come and fix some stuff too?
I'm pretty sure it started as an automated, just basically importing a 3D model into Minecraft or into a tool to make these maps. And then they went a little further, like with the road here. I think they actually went in and replaced some of the blocks to make it look more roadish. So yeah, I think it's sort of a combination of the two. And there is, of course, one last thing to show off, and that is what was it called again? The cricket ground? What is it? What I can't remember what they call it.
It was some term.
It's a weird Australian. Let me see.
Hey, be careful. We have a lot of people watch the show from down under. So
no, it's just a weird Australian name. I mean, hey, we have weird names here in the U.S. too. Don't get me wrong.
And by the way, before you move me over for a minute, I just look at the scope of this for a minute. So
yeah,
I mean, obviously there's a lot of work to do, but this is huge. Okay, this is big. I mean, this is the biggest bridge I've ever seen in any Minecraft game.
And pretty detailed. I mean, it obviously needs to it needs a little bit of touch up, a little bit of cleanup, but they've definitely got a really good start with it, and it is apparent that they are intending to make this a real thing and actually spend some time with it. So I'm going to bring you over to I found the name for it, the GABA.
The GABA, that's what it was.
The GABA.
All right.
So this is this is a building next to the GABA, and if you look over,
it's still drawing in.
If you look behind you, see where I am. Look out the corner. Nope, out the corner I'm at. It should start drawing in. It takes it a minute because it's kind of a big thing.
Oh yeah.
So that is the GABA cricket grounds, and you can tell it's cricket and not any other sport because it's
an oval.
Yeah.
And actually, I did a Let's Play cricket, and I was talking about how there's no baseball games on the Xbox this year, current ones anyway, and I was playing cricket, and here's the cricket ground, and so this is crazy. It's a little dark in here though. There's no people, but this was done pretty well as well. I mean, this looks really cool. I mean.
Yeah, I think it's really well done, and I don't know if you still have it up, if you can show it, but you can kind of get a better idea of what it looks like from a dim map view.
Yeah, I do.
Dim map view.
Yeah.
And
you
can
pull that up here.
Yeah.
So here's the dim map of what
the
we're
start
at.
of Brisbane. So you can clearly see the river. And that bottom, there's the bridge that we talked about.
Yep.
And the city logo with City Hall next to it.
Yep.
And a couple buildings we didn't really go into. There's a couple different office towers. It looks like that they also have built along the riverfront. And down at the bottom is that lagoon they mentioned. And the Ferris wheel or the eye or whatever you want to call it is over on the left. And of course we are at the GABA on the bottom right.
So this was done, Joe, with a program. They didn't go in and do this with by hand or anything. They used a program.
No, definitely not done by hand. This was exported from existing content they had. Like I said, I think what the plan is that this is their starting point. They will eventually switch over to a full they'll get as much of it imported as they can this way, by building or that sort of thing, and then they will switch over and actually start modifying and improving it by hand. So we will see that eventually, but this is a pretty cool start. And it's cool to see government doing this. It makes me wonder if I should work on something like this for the city where I am.
And I hope
it'd be a little easier. It's a little smaller in scope than Brisbane.
I just hope that the ball isn't dropped on something like this, where I want to see it continue. I want to. I mean, this is a good first start and first attempt, but obviously, I'd love to see city streets and other buildings, and see this filled out. And obviously, I can't help them fill it out because I'm not from Brisbane City, so I don't know. But it would be a great thing to see continued.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it would be really cool, and I sort of hope they also ask for community help with this. It'd be you could really see that. We've had so much luck with our relatively. I mean, compared to Brisbane, the community in our server is pretty small, but they do some amazing things. You can only imagine if you have a million people behind you, or however big Brisbane is, which I'm just sort of guessing. You can only imagine some of the stuff that you'd be able to do if you got a small percentage of the population to help.
Fair enough. All right, Joe. Well, there's Brisbane City, where there's how governments are trying to entice the youngins and even young adults to play some Minecraft and actually help contribute. And that is really cool. And it's something you don't see happen in World of Warcraft. You don't see it happen in The Sims. And really only a game like Minecraft can help provide that. So I really hope other cities do this, and maybe you can convince your local city to do it. Even you too, Joe. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, except that if I bring up the idea, I will be the one who gets to do it.
Fair enough. Hey, you're an expert, right? So let's move on. Let's move on to our pack picks. And wait, what's that? Do you hear that? It's like almost coincidence that I say pack picks and there's music playing. Yeah, not pack pick music though. Joe, what is your pack pick this week before I completely lose it?
So mine was actually sent to me by Cameron Man, Malik in the server.
Yeah.
He recommended we check out Chroma Hills, which is actually a pretty sweet texture pack. It is really high res.
Okay.
Or resource pack. It's available in 64 by and 128 by versions. And I figured, hey, why not?
All right.
Might as well check it out.
So here it is. Here's Chroma Hills. Here's the menu screen for Chroma Hills. And as you can see, they completely do a font change on the actual Minecraft font as well. Actually, I'm going to turn off the music real quick here.
Yeah.
So let's head in and take a look. And first off, it's definitely high detailed. That's for sure.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the floorboards, they're it's sort of a realistic cartoonish pack.
Good call. Yeah.
You know, they actually say they have a full website for it, and they say it is supposed to be a detailed RPG feel with a mix of bright cartoon styling.
And before we head inside, look at the sky.
Oh yeah, the sky is beautiful.
I love
you can
the
see moons
sky
over there and double moons. Only a single sun, but the sun is really nice, actually round and nice and clear, super high res. I think it actually looks really good. And the blocks, I love the gold and the diamond blocks out front.
They have
I
a
really
nice
like the way
texture
they
to
look.
them. Yeah. Let's head inside.
So as we head inside, So actually, this is a good spot to talk about my only real complaint about this particular texture pack, and that's the signs. The signs and the fonts I don't like very much.
It's too cartoony.
It's the sign is a little too dark, and the text is black on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to read unless you have the brightness set up really high. And the font sometimes, if you're in the chat or if you have something up, the letters aren't quite kerned right, so they're a little too close together. So every once in a while, you get some letters that are not very easy to read.
Right.
So, but heading downstairs, everything else I think looks fantastic. I love the wood textures, like I said. It looks like maybe they did horse, but the horse isn't super high detail, but that's okay. The clay blocks, you can see all the different colors. I like the detail on it. Really high detail. Almost looks, if you get up close to it, it's got kind of a leathery pattern to it.
Yeah, it does. I like it. I mean, except for the signs, of course, but it's got a good look to it.
Yeah, and the coal storage and the hay blocks both look really good. The hay bales, all the carpets, they carry across that. It's like it looks like a leather, texture to it.
Right.
Anyway, heading back upstairs. All the way around, I like the stone sword.
Even the mossy
item
stone
frame
looks great too.
The mossy stone looks fantastic. The chiseled blocks I think look really good. You can see the obsidian block has a definite purple look to it, but the trees are. I mean, it's really really nicely detailed. It's I always say I don't really like realism packs. This one sort of bridges that gap. It's realistic. But
not
still
too realistic, yeah.
Yeah, it's not over the top realistic. Where everything is super super. Like look at the potion in the item frame back behind you. It's got good animation on it. You can really nicely see what that looks like, and the melon next to it also.
Now remember, you guys, this is a higher res version. This is a 128 by version. So it's you need a decent enough system to run it, but It looks great. It really is
Yeah,
solid.
you definitely will take an FPS hit on this compared to stock, especially. But they do make a 64-byte version that's a little bit more acceptable for more systems. But yeah, just looking around, everything looks just nicely finished. Again, my only real complaint being, and I like the die bags. They're actually in little bags. If you look on the item frames.
Yeah.
But my only real complaint is still the signs. I think the fire has a new texture to it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, the fire, soul sand looks great. I like the soul sand, even though the nether wart though on top looks like wasn't done. That looks default.
Yeah, nether wart looks stock.
Yeah.
Take a look at the heads.
Oh wow.
Steve is the same, but the monsters are really highly detailed.
Yeah, this is really nice. So this is Chroma Hills again.
Yeah,
128K or 128-bit version, as you can see, even the
128 by
emerald here, diamond.
Take a look at the lapis block behind you.
Wow. Definitely some changes. Let's head into the machine room real quick now and take a look inside here. Oh, there's the cake. Cake. I like the carts. Carts look great. And looking at, even the detail in the book there. Look at that. So,
hey, you almost can read it.
Yeah.
If you knew if you knew that language, you'd be able to read it. Looks like, yeah.
Wow, this looks.
And the
great.
lantern. Look at the lantern. It looks fantastic.
So, Joe, obviously Ender Chest is not there yet, but mostly it's, I would say, 90% complete. But what would you give this, Joe? A thumbs up, sideways, or thumbs down?
I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. I really like the texture pack overall. We should go out and check out the redstone real quick.
Yeah.
But I really, really do like the texture pack. Like I said, my only complaint about it is, and the redstone on the ground. When you get out here, you'll see the redstone on the ground is very clear. It's not perfect, but it is pretty clear. But the actual
devices,
like the repeaters and stuff have have an arrow on them, so it indicates what it is, the direction of flow. I really do like overall. I like that style. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I think it looks really nice. The colors are good. The details are really good. It's
look at the sky
normally
at night,
I don't like.
By the way, look at that.
Oh yeah,
that's just beautiful.
It is beautiful. The clouds on the horizon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I don't like super realistic texture packs, and this one is close, but not quite. And I think it's good. I like it. Although that said, I have a good system to run it on.
Yeah.
If I was running it on a lower end system, I would be probably a little more hesitant trying to chunk through a fairly low frame rate.
So this was sent in by Malik. I give it a thumbs up as well, with all the reasons that Joe just shared with us. Just awesome. Just great stuff. And I give it a thumbs up. Very, very nice. So 2 thumbs up for us. Now it's my turn for resource pack pick of the week. And mine was sent into the show by Flat Splat Matt. Yeah, say that 20 times. He sent in
Flat Splat Matt.
Keep going. Go. No.
I'm not going to go 20 times.
All right, fine.
We don't have that much time.
I know. This is called Good Morning Craft. Good Morning Craft. Now this is from one end of the spectrum to the other. We just showed off 128x bit, compressed texture pack. Now I'm showing you guys a 16. Okay, so here is the menu structure for this. As you can see, very, very clean and very, very nice. Let's jump in here to the server. And yeah, obviously a definitely difference here as far as, as far as detailedness. However, I think it still looks decent. So let's go in here. The doors have let me, first off, these wood planks, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of. I know some of you guys like them. The signs are pretty much close to stock with some shading involved there.
It looks like it uses the stock font, which is, perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Move down here. Take a look at the horse stuff. Trap chest, standard chest. You can actually see differences between the two, which is nice.
Well, it's good for some people like having them be very, very similar. I think what it is is the standard chest they've retextured. and the trap chest they didn't have a texture for, because you can see the trap chest is stock.
Yep.
So, but some people really like having them look different, so that look the same, so that when you're setting a whole bunch next to each other, it's less obvious.
I do like the carpets. I like the colors and the edges to them, and like you can actually see that they're carpet tiles, and I think that's great. Let's head back upstairs, and we'll take a look at the rest of the exhibits here. Going to push through these a little quicker than normal. But as you can see, some blocks are done, some aren't, but the grass doesn't look like grass to me.
Yeah, it's yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, I am colorblind, but I know that's not green.
No, that's very yellow.
Yeah,
that's definitely not green.
Yeah. Looking at spruce, jungle tree, birch, oak, looks great there. The sponge looks pretty much the same. Even the potion. Yeah, the potion.
Or the end stone is stock.
Yeah, the potion's a nice little color in there. Nice little shimmer. Even some of the brews. Remember this is a 16 by pack, so
yeah,
it's not going to
talk about opposite. Yeah, like you said, opposite ends of the spectrum. This is pretty extreme on the other end.
But at the same time, this should run on most systems. And that's the best thing. I like the torches. They look like little candles with the melting wax around the edges. They're very nice detail.
And I actually really like the cracked stone.
Yeah, that looks very nice.
The effect on the cracked stone. I think that looks really good. And again, the dyes in this case look like they're in little test tubes.
Yeah,
that seems to be a trend. A lot of people have switched the dye. Instead of being a little pile of powder, they look like they're in something.
As you can see, even the creepers got different heads there, zombies as well. Even Steve, a little bit more plain looking there. And
the menu, actually, the personal menu looks different too.
Oh, I do like the look of the personal menu. I do
like the look of that. The creative menu and the quick menu across the bottom looks different too.
Yep, there it is. So I do like the look of those items. Let me just quickly here. Emerald and diamond and gold. They all look great. And head into the machine room real quick here. And I other than these dark wood planks, which I'm not going to hold it against, I like it. It's quick. It's snappy. It kind of lends the stock feel to it, but a little bit more, I don't know, spin to it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I like it. I really do like the candles instead of the torches. I like a lot of blocks. It is. There are a few things that just don't feel right.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how to describe it exactly.
True.
But overall, yeah, I think it's a good pack. I'd like to head outside and take a look see what redstone looks like and stuff like that. But
I give this a sideways thumb. I think it doesn't suck. I want to say that it doesn't suck. It's not bad. But I do give it a sideways thumb. The redstone is okay. I mean, they obviously made some changes to the repeaters there, but I give it a sideways thumb. Not great. Not awful. Sideways.
But before we came outside, I would have been right with you, sideways thumb all the way. And then we came outside and saw the yellow ground instead of the green grass. and that actually kills it for me. I don't. It's just the wrong color. It reminds me of something that comes out the wrong end of a baby.
Oh, so, that's a bad visual.
But when I was doing a lot of web stuff, this was the color that we called and that. So I'm gonna actually have to give it a down. I think I'm gonna give it a thumbs down, just enough. Because I can't, that color in that quantity.
Yep.
Is less than pleasant.
Fair enough.
So.
Well, want to remind you guys, by the way, if you guys have your favorite texture packet that you want to send in, email us. minecraftme@geekgamer.tv is the email address, or you can head over to our website at geekgamer.tv and use the contact form there. And let us know, what is your favorite resource pack? We would love to know what you guys are using out there. There are literally thousands of different kind of texture packs out there and resource packs, so we'd love to know. What are you using?
Or your least favorite.
Or your least favorite. Yes.
We don't have to do fair warning, though. We have already seen the Nick Cage pack, so if you're going to send that to us, don't.
Somebody has asked us, by the way, if they can make one of us, and I would say sure, but I would probably even give a texture pack of myself a thumbs down. I don't think anybody wants to play
unless every single block was just your face on the side of the block in different colors.
No. No.
No? You don't think so?
No. Not going to work. All right. So it's
can't appeal that much to vanity. Is that what you're saying? It's not quite that.
It's now time, you guys, for the server showcase of the week, and this was sent into the show by Chewbacca77, and this was built by Hostile Steve. Now, as you can see here, it just looks like a big wall.
It's like a castle wall.
Yeah, it's nice. By the way, I love sunrises in this game.
I know.
So cool.
Whenever I meet, I know a few people who don't play Minecraft because they say it doesn't look very good. They don't like that it's all square. And I say, well, then you aren't using the right texture pack, and you really need to check it out, because there are times when this game is, even in stock textures, just downright beautiful.
Yeah. So here is the wall. No, it's not the wall. It's a Roman-style Colosseum. And first off, Joe, this is massive. I cannot believe that we've missed this for so long. But this is modeled after the Colosseum in Rome, right, Joe?
Right, and it is actually not very far away from spawn. It's been here for a long time. It's actually pretty close to the baseball field,
AT&T Park. Yeah.
I think that was a mental block. I was trying not to remember the company. Anyway, so yeah, this is really, really cool. It was built quite a long time ago. It's been on the server for a very long time, and unfortunately, the builder has left the server. He doesn't play very often anymore. But it was originally made by Hostile Steve, and I've actually heard a lot about it, but I always heard that it wasn't finished yet, so that was why we weren't supposed to do anything with it. But I know at one point he was working on coming up with a method of flooding the floor so that we could do naval battles and stuff like the actual Roman Colosseum had.
And look over here, Joe, in the
Oh yeah. Here is where the Caesar would sit.
Yep, and he would
definitely cool.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah.
Imperatrix Mundi. He's got signs here, and right here. Hey, look, there's a horsey here. Why is there just a horse randomly here?
I don't know.
Huh. That's strange. But anyway, this is just epic. This is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Very well done. All done in survival mode, by the way, you guys.
Yeah.
Survival mode, which is just incredible to think about. As you can see, there's some pistons in here to operate the doors.
Yeah.
The gates. I don't know how we would operate them now, but
there is a lever inside the Emperor's box that appears to operate some of them anyway. I'm not sure.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
But yeah, this is for those of you who are wondering why it's sometimes hard to find sand in parts of this map.
I wonder why.
This is why.
Yeah.
There also was large quantities of sand harvested from some of the resource maps just for this too.
But look at this whole entire area, though, Joe. Just incredible build.
Yeah, and just outside of this, there's even more stuff that was also built related. More things that were assembled, and I unfortunately don't recognize them because I'm not terribly down on
Rome?
on Roman archaeology, but I do recognize one of them. One of them is the Pantheon, which I recognize because of books.
Because of Audible books, like
Well, it's a fairly famous building in not the Da Vinci Code, but Angels and Demons. That's what it is.
But the scale, the grand scale of this is just something uber impressive to me. And done extremely well. And to give you guys a full scope, let me jump down here to the arena floor where the gladiators would take each other out. So let me give you guys a grand scope here, right in the middle, pretty much in the middle here. And look at this, just massive. I don't even want to begin how long this took to be built. Just impressive.
Yeah.
So this is the server showcase this week, sent into the show by Chewbacca77. Now, you're probably wondering, well, hey, I got something cool on the server that I've seen or that I've built. If you want to send it in to us, please do. Head over to minecraftme.com and head over to the server showcase nomination form. It's right there on that page. Just click the button, fill out the form, make sure you include all coordinates, X, Y, and Z, and tell us why you think it'd be a good selection for the show. Now, I really want to say this. You guys, don't be afraid that if it's not huge like this, it doesn't have to be. We've done large showcases and small. It doesn't have to be huge and epic, okay? So send them into the show. We'd love to hear from you guys. MinecraftMe.com. Click on the showcase nomination form. Very cool. All right, Joe. What's left? We have one more thing to do, right?
Yeah, I think we have questions.
Yes, question time, Q&A time. Now, you guys send in your questions, MinecraftMe, GeekGamer.tv, and I think I've said this like 50 times, and you guys do. Now, one thing, what is one thing that I do say about 50 times, Joe? Concerning questions.
Oh, well, yeah. Are you talking about video questions?
Yeah. Well,
obviously,
we're not
video
talking about
and audio.
We're not talking about vertical video syndrome, but
not vertical video. I'm the one who said that 50 times. No, if you want to get to the front of the line, always, audio or video questions will get you to the front of the line. We will answer your question first.
Yes.
So send those in, and we will check them out. And do we have one? Do we
yes,
have two?
like this one right here.
Holy smokes!
Here we go.
That.
Hey Joe, hey Chase, Dr. Smeg coming at you from Melbourne here. Just wondering, how many hats does Joe have? Every week it seems like he has a new one. And also, is it just me, or is Chase's laugh getting madder and madder? Just kidding. We love it, guys. Keep up the good work.
All right, so first off, he's obviously at a train station, okay? So there's nobody there. It's so eerie. There's like, he's walking around a train platform. There's like nobody there. And I heard this beep beep. I think it's probably his pay card or whatever for the train. But Joe, how many hats do you have? Go.
Not that many. I mean, maybe 7 or 8. But here's the thing that no one seems to realize is I wear hats regularly on the show.
Yep.
However,
yeah,
Chase has dozens, hundreds, maybe. They used to be. If you go back every once in a while, you'll see a really, really old episode where you'll see them all around the top of the studio.
Not in
we used
here.
to make jokes about them all the time.
Not
they
there.
used to be.
Nope.
They're not anymore.
Nope.
But he did take them all down and put them into storage somewhere. So yeah, I do wear them regularly on the show. I tried not to wear the same hat more than once or twice. However, Chase is the one who he literally could have watched worn a different hat every episode we've done of Minecraft Me, and he probably still wouldn't have worn the same hat twice. You might have even been able to do it for every episode of Geek Gamer Weekly, and that's 400 episodes or something like that, isn't it? So
no, it's not that many, but I would say though,
yeah,
when we first started doing Minecraft Me, I wore a hat. You did not.
That is true, and at the time you were trying to do a different hat every episode. I remember you mentioning at one point, and you were for when you were wearing them, you were doing that, a different one every episode. But no, this is a Disney World hat. I figured it was appropriate after my weekend, and this is the one that I got when we were down there for Minecon. So.
Well, not only Joe, we have one video question, but we have 2. So here is the second one. Here we go.
Hey, Joe and Chase, this is Gradrock from the server again, and son of Gradrock. Say hi.
Hi.
And he just wanted to say something.
I love your shows, and I love Chase's background.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right, so he likes my background. I don't know if he's referring to how it... Oh, see, look, I just cut off my arm again. I don't know if he's referring to this green screen background, or... I'm going to pull some magic here. Here we go, you guys. Watch this. Ready? Ready? What about this background? What about that one? I don't know. I don't know which one he's referring to, but thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. So there we go. We do have written questions coming into the show. First off here, this was sent into the show as a pack pick and a suggestion, really. But hey, Joe and Chase, first off, let me first say awesome podcast. You guys are really doing a great job. Keep up the Minecraft Me and GeekGamer.tv. Also loved your CES coverage, and I hope to see you guys at E3. My main topic, though, was a texture pack I've been using, and I think it deserves some recognition. It's called Grunge Sphax BD Pack. So I guess it's a deviation of Sphax, but in a grunge sense, because I don't think I've seen that one. So
I'm not sure.
he gives us a look, and he says it looks great and removes some of the cartoonish look. So thanks, Jack, for sending that into the show. Let's see here. Another texture pack pick was sent in called John Smith Legacy. This was sent in by Ryan. I think we've done John Smith. That seems really familiar to me.
That does seem familiar. I feel like we maybe have at some point.
But yes, he does go on to say that also, I just found your show a week ago and really enjoyed it. I ran back to your first episode. I'm so sorry. And was reminded of when my brother talked me into playing. Good times. So awesome. Thanks, Ryan, for writing into the show as well. Now, this doesn't really relate to Minecraft Me, but I'm going to read it anyway because you guys, we take your questions and comments. This was sent in by Michael, or goes by the name of Slobbity Bob. It says, I know this is not a Minecraft question, but with no Geek Gamer Weekly, I will ask here. You mentioned on a pre-show about a month ago that you plan to make a retro or 8-bit show where you would feature a game every week and play and discuss it. Is this still on the table? If there was an answer, I missed it. Hopefully, this message is way too short. Sincerely, McSlobbity Bob. Yes, I am working on that. As a matter of fact, I did a kind of a brief test of it the other weekend. I was playing Super Mario Bros. All-Stars and kind of wanted to see how the capture went for something a little bit older, and it worked out very, very well. So it's just a matter of hammering down the time and people, and hopefully Joe will be able to play some of those games. And that's it. That's it for the questions. Now remember, you guys can send them into the show, MinecraftMe@GeekGamer.tv. If you send a video question in, you can attach it, or you can attach it like Dr. Smeg did, which is real simple. Or you can go also post it up on YouTube and give us a link like Gradrock did and Son of Gradrock did. So MinecraftMe@GeekGamer.tv. We love seeing your faces. It's so cool to actually see who's watching the show. It's much better than reading an email. But if all you can do is send an email, that's fine too. MinecraftMe@GeekGamer.tv. I want to remind all you guys out there that if you haven't done so yet, check out our website. It's really, really cool. GeekGamer.tv is where you can watch all the previous episodes of our show. And as you can see, I did a commentary about no Xbox baseball. Oh, noes. But yes, you can definitely check out all of our previous comment, and you can also jump into our forums as well. We have a great community board where you click on that forum button there. It takes you into this forums, and here you can chat about the show, say hi to everybody. If you have a tech problem, we have some great people in the community that will jump in and help out. Last time I looked, I haven't looked at the stats lately. Joe, we have 618 members in the forums.
Nice.
Not bad for a small little show.
Yeah.
And I seen in your chat, Joe, that we did John Smith Legacy back on way back on episode 78.
That was actually Steve McMinecraft points out that was the first texture pack, one of the first texture packs we did. If you look at the show notes for that particular episode, we showed off the Texture Museum.
Oh,
so that was the first appearance of the Texture Museum and the first time we did texture pack reviews. So yeah, way back on 78 is if you want to go see what we thought about that texture pack. Now, we probably should go back and recheck some of these because I'm sure they've been updated.
Probably, yeah. I mean, gosh, good thing we have these things called show notes where people can see what we've covered on a show.
Yeah.
Whoever found that, thank you.
I searched for it.
Joe, thank you. Joe, during the course of your weekend, your brief, I would call it vacation squatting in Florida, you tweeted a couple of times. So where's a good place that people find you on Twitter if they want to follow you?
They can follow me on @Falby, just like it says right down here.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, I see it.
@Falby. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can follow me there if you want to. I don't tweet very often. What
you're saying,
like
Joe,
two in a matter of 3 days is like a huge number for me.
What you're saying is, Joe, you don't spam people. That's what you're saying.
I don't. Yeah. If you wanted to get pictures of the food I'm going to eat, do not bother following me anywhere because that is not what I do.
Fair enough.
There you go. But yeah, if you want to follow, feel free.
If you guys want to follow me, you definitely can @Nunes, NUNES. That's when I tweet my personal thoughts and and random things like, for example, watching curling up until 4 o'clock this morning. Yes, I was. I was watching an incredible curling match between China and Great Britain, and it was a really good match, and I was watching it. It was awesome. Commentary from CBC. They do an incredible job. And if you want to follow what's going on with the network, everything Geek Gamer TV related, it's simple, at Geek Gamer TV. And by the way, if you guys do watch this show on YouTube, I know a lot of you guys do, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. It really helps tremendously. It helps get the word out about our shows. So if you're watching on YouTube, rate, comment, subscribe, the thumbs up thing, say hi down there. It's really cool to hear from you guys. We do the show Thursday evenings, 8 p.m. Pacific, unless there's something else going on. So always keep an eye on that schedule at geekgamer.tv/calendar. You can find this show on pretty much every platform you can think of. We're on Windows Phone in that Xbox music kind of weird marketplace. You can also find us on Android using Pocket Cast. We're also on Stitcher Radio. We're everywhere. And, of course, we're on iTunes. So if you're watching on your iPad or iPhone, majigger, it's awesome. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Really do appreciate it. Yes, Joe, you have something to say?
I forgot one thing.
Yeah.
I totally spaced mentioning this during when we talked about the sneak preview, 17W or 14W07A.
Yeah.
So it changes how it handles inventories.
Yeah.
Which means if you want to try it out, feel free. Just be careful the map you load up in it because it will clear out all of your inventories.
Oh, that's a big.
That's sort of a big thing. So if you try to run it there, you'll get everything will import. You'll get all your inventories and everything like that just fine. And then if you go to try to reopen it, that same world file again in 174, you will have nothing. So something to keep in mind.
Yeah, we talk about that on every show. Be careful when you use a snapshot.
Yeah.
No doubt, be careful here. So,
I'll make sure you're running backups. If you have a world you really want to keep, make sure you have a backup of it somewhere. That's totally important.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for this edition of Minecraft Me. We will see you guys again next week. Keep digging.